Hello, I'm Alexa Pepe.
And I'm Emily Pulici.
And this is POSC News. And today we have a special segment on the LGBT community.
LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, which are 4 characteristics that describe different sexual orientations. These titles have led to the formation of pariah groups of people who associate with these sexualities.
On today's segment, we focus on how LGBT pariahs have affected and been affected by the college environment. But first, let us discuss the background behind LGBT discrimination and how this has led to the formation of this pariah group.
The common phrase for LGBT covering is hiding, quote-unquote, in the closet. Why is this, Alexa?
Well, Emily, they're hiding because of the fear that once they come out as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgendered, their reputation will immediately turn for the worst, as they enter a world of harsh, unjust discrimination, stemming from a variety of conditions, including the anti-homosexual belief of a biblical marriage between a man and a woman. People who strictly adhere to the Bible do not believe in any sexual contact that does not follow their beliefs.
This coincides with the philosophy of natural law, which is based on Plato's philosophy of a fixed natural law to sex, which bans any sexual act that is not heterosexual for the purpose of procreation. In addition, law professor Amy D. Ronner addresses the common stereotypes associated with homosexuals that have led to misconceptions about these individuals. For example, homosexuals and physical illness have been related and justified on the basis of AIDS and HIV. As Ronner states, society has tied the AIDS epidemic to what is perceived to be the gay lifestyle of promiscuity. There is also the belief that a gay relationship is antithetical to marriages and family, that homosexual relationships are merely for gratification rather than mutual affection and love.
Additionally, sodomy and the criminalization of sodomy correlates with discrimination against homosexuals in law, as any homosexual act obviously is not performed with intentions of procreation. All of these beliefs lead to 2 prominent fears in society: homophobia, which bans all homosexual acts such as lesbians, gays, and bisexuals, and transphobia, which shuns transgender people from society. Mary B. Harris identifies the following attitudes of LGBT discriminators: value oppressive, which means affirming oneself and one's beliefs; social expressive, which deals with acting for the approval or esteem from others; and defensive, which concerns unconscious conflicts such as denying one's homosexual feelings.
All of these conditions have led to the victimization of the LGBT college community. In a university study of heterosexuals and homosexual victimization using the DBS scale, only 5.1% did not commit any discriminating behaviors towards homosexuals, and 32.7% committed at least one behavior that was considered moderately harmful or higher. Many participants reported that laughing or joking about LGBT students was not harmful, either because it was done in the presence of other heterosexuals, or people need to, quote, lighten up and not take the jokes and slurs seriously. In 1993, a study at the University of Yale was conducted of 166 LGBT students. 65% reported experiencing verbal abuse for being a homosexual. 25% received threats of violence. 19% reported objects being thrown at them. 10% reported property damage. 25% chased or followed. 5% beaten. 3% spat at. 1% assaulted with a weapon. And 12% experienced sexual assault or harassment. A similar study in 1995 of high school and college LGBT students revealed similar results, with at least 83% reporting experiencing at least one form of this victimization.
Earlier this year, the Student Non-Discriminatory Act, also known as SNDA, which prohibits public schools from discriminating against any student on the basis of actual or perceived sexual orientation or gender identity, was passed to counteract statistics like Emily just mentioned. However, the emphasis is placed on public schools, and therefore private schools tend to go around this law, persecuting all members of the LGBT community as they see fit. In fact, some Catholic colleges even have code of conduct that prohibit homosexual acts. For example, Erskine College in South Carolina established a fully anti-homosexual campus using the Bible as their justification, right after 2 male volleyball players came out of the closet in February of this year. These anti-homosexual beliefs from private colleges obviously transfers over to public colleges. So while the private schools can actually enact laws that target and hurt LGBT members, the corresponding people would face similar cruelty while attending a public college.
Despite attempts at reform, victimization of the LGBT community is still present today. An AAU survey conducted in 2014 displayed the true hardships LGBT students face in the college setting. LGBT students experience significantly higher rates of sexual assault and harassment, as well as violence from an intimate partner than their heterosexual peers. Unfortunately, sexual assault in the LGBT community is often rendered invisible or dismissed outright.
This could be because only 25% of students in the AAU survey who said they experienced sexual assault said they reported the incidents to school or law enforcement officials, so since these crimes do not seem as numerous as they actually are, they are often disregarded, which can in turn lead to more harassment without a proper end to this problem. LGBT students are just simply not treated with the same respect as straight students, ultimately marginalizing them simply by their sexual orientation.
Students are not the only LGBT members that are discriminated against on college campuses. As the backbone of any college, the faculty are often treated much differently when they are LGBT. They are seen with less respect, and as they are not qualified and cannot do their job well as a straight faculty member.
As of 2013, 29 states it was perfectly legal to fire someone just because an employee simply thinks they might be gay, lesbian, bisexual. This is simply based on suspicion, no fact whatsoever. In 33 states, someone can be fired for being transgendered, and those employees have no legal recourse to contest their dismissal.
Co-chair of the University of Delaware's LGBT Faculty Caucus, Carla Bell, further explains the treatment of LGBT faculty in an interview with Alexa.
Our laws are still discriminatory towards folks who are LGBTQ. So what that says to society as a whole is, well, if it's a law, well, then it must be okay to discriminate against these people if you could be fired, say, for example, in Pennsylvania still, just for being gay or lesbian. And so it follows suit where we as a society evolve, whether that's a right or wrong, I don't know, based on our laws of the land.
Right.
And so I think that's a big part of it. Religion is a big part of it. We are supposedly a land of the free in terms of religious beliefs and religious freedoms. Well, just because those words come out doesn't necessarily mean that we all follow suit in believing that and allowing others to believe what they believe, because we believe that what we currently have as a belief is the only right way. And so,
despite the victimization of this pariah group, many college campuses have taken initiatives to improve LGBT treatment in the college environment. One example of this is the program Athlete Ally, which was developed from former Terrapin wrestler Hudson Taylor, who was inspired by a gay student in his drama class in college. In reference to the culture of collegiate sports and athletics as a whole, Taylor noted, "We can define our culture. We can take ownership." We conducted an online interview with a representative of Athlete Ally, and here is what she has to say. In an online interview with Athlete Ally Outreach and Program Coordinator Cheryl Lala, I asked how Athlete Ally interacts with college campuses. She responded, quote, "Athlete Ally interacts with college campuses through LGBT resource centers on campus, as well as the athletic department. This collaboration with campus staff and leaders can result in trainings, workshops, or presentations that focus on athletics being inclusion for all students," end quote. She also said that colleges can elect to participate in National Athlete Ally campaigns throughout the year. When I asked about the ambassador program and what jobs or tasks it involves for collegiate athletes, she responded that, quote, "The Athlete Ally Campus Ambassador Program is a volunteer-based initiative helping students across the country and universally to connect with other campuses to spread Athlete Ally's message of inclusion in sports." End quote. She said that it is an independent study group. Cheryl said that most of Athlete Ally programming is centered around the collegiate environment, especially with the Campus Ambassador program. She also mentioned to stay tuned about 2 new projects that Athlete Ally has planned for 2016. After asking about the effects that Athlete Ally has had so far in the collegiate environment and the world of athletics, Miss Lala ended by saying, "Change is gradual, but step by step, we're having the conversation that every sporting environment should be free of discrimination."
And I'm here at the University of Delaware, where there are 3 main LGBT support organizations here on campus, known as the LGBTQ Caucus, Haven, and LGBT Allies. All 3 programs are here to ensure that students and faculty feel safe, secure, and connected to their peers. Haven is a student-run organization for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersexual, asexual, and allies. Creatively enough, their logo is a rainbow umbrella signifying that they cover everyone. The LGBTQ Caucus contains LGBTQ employees, students, families, and visitors in accord with the University of Delaware's strategic plan to promote campus diversity. LGBT Allies is an organization that actually acts as an ally to LGBT members, a main focus of all 3 of these organizations. For more information about campuses nationwide, you can go to www.campusprideindex.org to find specific information about the LGBT resources available to students and faculty members in many colleges nationwide.
Eventually, we hope to see the end of discrimination of all homosexual and transgendered people. Here's a few more words from Carla Bell.
I think there's a number of reasons that discrimination still happens. And that's not just with being LGBTQ, it's still with race, it's still with disability, it's with any difference perceived in our society, I still think.
This has been a very informative and eye-opening segment.
For now, I'm Alexa.
And I'm Emily.
And this is POSC News. Have a good day, everyone.